The reason why some people are still single is because honestly, you have not healed. And not only having that you did not heal, you didn't do the inner work, you didn't do the self development, the self improvement, but you didn't grow from the situation at all. You didn't learn from your lesson. What a beautiful people, for Haley's here. So the reason why a lot of people, they are still single and they wonder why they don't find love or they don't attract the relationships is because they are still hurting. They are still holding bitterness. They're still holding anger. You have not healed. You haven't healed. You have not blossomed into the person that you're meant to be. A lot of people get out of relationships, and I know because I was one of them. I'm used to being in a relationship, but now that I'm single and I'm finding myself and I feel so much happier and I have more peace that I'm single, I get to focus on what truly makes me happy. I focus on working out, going to the gym, being a better mom, being a better person, educating myself. But for some people that are just single and they're not leveling up, they're not emotionally, mentally evolving, changing, growing, that's why you stay single. Because if you're stagnant now and you have not learned your lesson, you haven't grew from your experiences, you're not going to attract the love that you truly desire. What you're going to do is you're going to keep attracting the same toxic people in different bodies. Now, for a lot of y'all who are single and you wasn't in a toxic relationship, you wasn't the toxic one, maybe you're going through a season of loneliness because you have to focus on yourself. You got to focus on God. You got to focus on your passion, your hobby, something that moves you, something that motivates you, something that gets you out of bed every single day happy. When you get out of a relationship, for a lot of you guys, you have to realize that you are going to experience a season of loneliness. And I know some of y'all may be used to being in a relationship. Listen, I'm used to being in a relationship too. But if you never really took the time to be by yourself and learn who you are. So for some of y'all who just left situations that were no longer serving you, was not fulfilling your purpose, was not bringing you any type of value into your life, you need to recognize that. Because if you don't, you're going to keep attracting that kind of situation and that kind of experience. You need to learn and you need to grow from that lesson. You're going to keep having the same lessons over and over and over again until you finally learn, until life starts kicking your behind. Because I was there, I've been there, and I've done that. And you're going to learn things the harder way. I'm always saying in my channel, never to settle for less, never accept the bare minimum, because that is so easier to find. But when you want something real and rare and genuine, it is going to be so much more harder. And your season is going to be so much more lonelier, because remember, what you truly want, it is very hard to find. It is easy to be in a relationship nowadays. Like, you could be in a relationship right now with anyone. If you go on a dating app, if you hit somebody up on the DMs, it is so easy. But for a lot of y'all want something rare. Y'all want something different. So y'all gotta understand, y'all season is gonna be a little bit more lonelier, and things is gonna take a lot more longer, because what you want is not everywhere. It's not for everybody. It's literally customized just for you. And I had to learn that. I had to learn, like, why when I'm in these relationships, because I get into these relationships so fast, why it never works out, or why I'm never happy in the end, because I jumped too fast and I never took the time to heal. And I know what I truly want and I know what I'm truly worthy of. But instead of just taking my time, I'm just jumping in, I'm rushing. So for you guys who are single and you guys are patient, keep staying patient. Keep staying in faith. Do not hop in. Do not rush, because what you want is truly on the other side. You just got to hang on. Remember, anybody can get in a relationship, no disrespect, but a lot of people are really easy to be with. You don't want to be with someone who's so easy, who gives you low quality experience, who has bad character, who's going to make you miserable and depressed. If you feel like you're always going to be alone, you're always going to be single, or you're used to the feeling of companionship, you're used to the feeling of being in love, it's going to come, but it's not going to come when you want it to come. It's going to come on divine's timing, on God's timing. I always say to myself every morning, I know that the love I want is coming. I know that God is preparing me for my husband. I'm not waiting on him. He's preparing me. So For y'all who is listening to this video and y'all watching this video, just know that God is preparing for your person to come. He's preparing you and he's preparing them to come to your life. So if it takes longer, it's because the outcome is way more greater and the blessing is more bigger. Relationships that happens way too fast, it ends too fast. Sometimes the same way you get people is the same way you lose them. So if you taking your time and you patiently waiting and you're doing what's best for you, you working on yourself, you bettering yourself, trust me, you're going to attract the right relationship. But if you're still single because you are engaging in toxic relationships, maybe situations, maybe friendships, that's where you're going to keep attracting, and then you're going to keep being unfulfilled or unsatisfied because your relationships are not working out. You keep having continuously repetitive fallouts. And for anyone who's watching this video right now, any relationship that you went through and you know that person wasn't it for you, you know that person was nowhere near on your level, or they sold you a dream, because that's what happens a lot of the time. Remember, how you pick your relationships is how you pick your friendships. So when I always say to not settle for less, to stop accepting the bare minimum, not just in relationships, but in friendships too. Like if y'all are in half effort relationships and friendships and it's not bringing you peace, it's not adding any value to your life, it's not bettering you, it's not molding you to the person that you're meant to be. If that relationship or if that friendship is bringing out the worst in you, you need to learn how to cut it off. Because if you're attracting toxic relationships, you are more likely attracting toxic friendships. The way how you choose your friends is the way how you're going to be choosing your significant other. So for a lot of y'all, don't be sad. Don't be discouraged. Don't be judging yourself to the next person. Don't be judging yourself for what you see on social media, because a lot of it is all fabrication of a highlight or of lies. Everything that glitters is not gold. Everything that you see on social media is not what it appears to seem. You know, you're looking at a highlight. You're looking at something fabricated. Stop comparing yourself to other people because they have love. They have a relationship. No, your time is just taking a little bit longer because what you ask for and what God is preparing you for, the blessing is so much bigger. It's so much more rewarding. You don't want to rush into a relationship and then 2 years down the line, it failed and it becomes toxic and you lose yourself in the process. So whatever it is that you're going through, make sure you're learning from it. You're growing from it and you are evolving into a better person every single day. Like I said, this is not your season of waiting. This is your season of preparing. God is molding you. He's preparing you. He's leveling you up for what you truly want, for what you're truly worthy of. But you got to stay in faith. Everything is not going to happen on your time. It's going to happen on divine's timing. And as long as you trust that, you believe in that, and you keep praying to him and having a conversation with him, everything will work out. Everything will fall into place. And I know it's easier said than done, but don't focus on the relationship right now because that will happen when you least expect it. Focus on yourself. Focus on bettering you. So that is it. And I hope you like this content. And if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back for more videos.